Hey friends, Joe the Farmer here, and I need to do some work on the Ventrac today. If you may recall, or if you're new to the channel, we did a video where I took the Ventrac over to my mom and her husband Chris's house. They just bought a new house. It's on about 50 acres, and they have a lot of overgrown areas that really needed to be addressed. Some of the areas you don't really need to get a tractor, and there's a lot of trees, a lot of low-hanging limbs, things that make it in the way. The Ventrac did a fantastic job. We only had 2 casualties. One, the roof. I busted part of the roof, totally my fault, not a big deal. It's still gonna cover me from the sun, and it is what it is. 2, the tires. I have 2 tires that are flat, one of which I'm pretty sure I know what the culprit is. The other one, we're gonna have to do some research on it and see if we can't find a leak. The one tire is the tire stem. If you've been following us for a while, this machine came from Canada. It lived its life there where there's salt, corrosion, a lot of different things that we don't have here in Tennessee. I think that tire stem just rusted out, and it kind of is what it is. Should be a pretty easy fix. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the Ventrac up on a ramp, take that outer tire off, and then on the inner front tire, this thing has 8 tires, it's a lot of tires. I need to check and make sure there's no leaks in that thing, because if there is, we'll go ahead and patch those up too. But before we get started, if you don't mind, at the bottom of your screen, there's a little red subscribe tab. If you don't mind clicking that and then give us a thumbs up, we'd really appreciate that. It helps our channel, helps us grow, and helps more people like you get an opportunity to see our videos. So anyway, let's get to work. Okay, so before I get started, I need to go ahead and pump this tire up, probably a little bit more than usual. I usually keep these tires between 8 and 10 pounds PSI per tire. And I need to go ahead and pump it up so that I can test the valve stem. This valve stem, I mean, it's crusty, it's cruddy. It's just not, it's not what we really want to have. And I need to make sure that that's where the leak is. I'll go ahead and put some soapy water all over the rest of the tire, see if there's anything bubbling up real bad, and if it is, then we have some other things to address, but I don't think that's the case. I really think that valve stem is the culprit, but we'll see. So I've done a video on this thing. This thing is fantastic. If you have a lot of tires and you have a lot of things that need to be inflated around you, this thing's like 99 bucks. It's one of the best things I've ever bought. And if you have a DeWalt system already, these little DeWalt batteries work great. And if for some reason all your batteries are dead, you can come in this little window right here, plug it right into the cigarette lighter. So it works great. Put it 10 PSI, it does the rest. Okay, we're at about 10 PSI. I can already hear the air coming out, so I'm just about positive. I don't know if you can hear that or not. All right, so let's get in there. A little soapy water on there. See that bubble coming up? Tires are not supposed to blow bubbles. Okay, so one of the cool things about having a Ventrac is that the front deck is hydraulic. I think that I can go ahead and just lift this wheel up with a hydraulic front deck and take this wheel off. If I only had one wheel on here, then I wouldn't do that. But with the dual wheels, I should be able just to lift this thing up and then take this wheel off. So let's try it. Yeah, we should be pretty much off the ground. Now, I've never taken this wheel off before, so this could be a challenge. I do have a breaker bar and everything though, so we'll see what happens. Let me go get the breaker bar. Okay, so this tire is not coming off. I have no idea if they've ever greased it before. So what I'm doing is I'm putting a ratchet strap around it, and then I'm going to see if I can't find something again, going back to having some length and some leverage on it, see if I can't maybe bust it loose that way. So let's see. Work like a charm. So all I have to do is loosen this up, get back up here where I have that steel eyelet, and just stick in some kind of lever. I'm not digging into the tire. All I'm doing is just really kind of using that ratchet strap to be my arms are getting a better grip on there. So it's coming loose. I can take this off now and go ahead and see if I can't remove this tire. I have bead on this thing for probably 20 minutes, and it's just not, I'm just not gonna be able to break that bead. The way these tires are set up, they're a lot more compact, and it's really thick rubber, so you know, it's just one of those things where I could sit here and beat on this thing for the next 2-3 hours, or I could take it to the tire shop, which is about 15 minutes away, and you know, for 15 bucks I can have them put a new stem in it. I hate to pay somebody else to do something that I can do, but I just don't have the tools to take this thing off of the rim. So it is what it is. We'll be taking it to the tire shop. Let's go over there and see if we can't figure out why the other tire's on flat. Okay, so I got back under here and I checked the valve stem. I went ahead and recorded it because I can't get my head under there because my head's too big. But you know, I'll take a look at that video and see if that valve stem is bubbling up at all. I inflated the tire. It seems like it's holding air. I think that this is the kind of thing where I just need to inflate it, and you know, maybe the cold weather, you know, going from hot to cold made it lose a lot of pressure, but I'm not sure at this point. So I'm just going to do a quick soap water test, make sure there's not any big stems or anything like that. If not, I'm just going to live with it and see how it goes. The outer tire seems to be fine. Let's put some soapy water on here, see if we see any bubbles. Oh, I heard something. Aha! Bingo! Right there. Let's patch it. So I quite literally have probably 5 of these things here on the farm. I plug tires probably 5 to 10 times a year, and there's always something getting into a tire, and I don't like to load the tires with slime because, like I said earlier, if I take that tire over there and ask them to replace the stem, they're not going to like it if there's a bunch of slime in there. They're likely going to upcharge you or give you a hard time about it, and this should be a pretty easy fix. So I'm just going to go ahead and get this sucker going, and I'll show you how to do this. So first things first, we want to know exactly where this is coming out at. Looks like right here. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and jam it in there. I'm going to take some of these tar strips. This is incredibly simple to do. So this part right here is called the reamer. You put some of this rubber cement's dried out. We'll get some more. So I'm not even kidding. I have 4 more of these in there because I just know that I go through them so much. Give a little poke in there, poke the cap, open it up. And I can hear air coming out. I'm not worried about it. I can refill it. It's actually a little bit better to have it a little bit low on air when you're plugging a tire. So the rubber cement acts as a lubricant to get this thing through. I usually have a needle nose to do this with, but I don't have them at the moment. So I'm going to put plenty of rubber cement on there. And when that dries, it'll act as an adhesive, but right now it's just going to act as a lubricant. So I'm going to ream this with the reamer. I get this hand ready. Pull this one out. Push, yank. That's it. That's how you plug a tire. So this really should seal up and be perfectly fine. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give this a couple minutes to dry up, and then you know, we'll take a look at it, and then I'll continue to look around here, see if there's any more pinhole leaks, but I have a feeling that was the culprit there, and hopefully that's the issue, and it was very simple, and I had all the tools here to do it. Not like taking that tire off the rim. You could probably tell by now that I really have a hard time just not doing something and getting it done. I'm working on that. Okay, I've given this about 10 minutes to dry, so there's no air bubbles coming from there. And just kind of keep looking around, see if there's anything else. Friends, I think we're good. I think that was it. Well, friends, This falls under the category of you win some and you lose some. I was able to get that other tire repaired, patch that sucker up, it should be good to go. And the other one, I'll just take it to the tire shop. Those guys are professionals, they need business too, and you know, I don't pretend to be the expert out here. There's some things I'm really good at and there's some things I'm still learning. And Holly's grandfather's been a farmer his whole life, and he actually shared some great advice with me one time. He said, you know, if you go to school to be a doctor, when you graduate, you're a doctor. If you go to school to be a lawyer, when you graduate, you're a lawyer. CPA, whatever you want to do with the job. But he said, when you're a farmer, no one ever tells you you're done. He's like, you continue learning until the day you're gone and pass that land on to somebody else. This is a constant learning experience for us, and that's one of the things I like about this channel so much. Thank you for the comments you all left down below. It's been fantastic. It's my favorite part of YouTube, is getting the comments and just interacting with each of you. So please keep that coming. And if you have a moment, hit that subscribe button down below. It's a little red watermark. Just click that sucker and come along with us on the farm. It really helps us out. We'd appreciate your support. And one other thing to ask, if you have any interest in a video on Holly cooking turnips from the food plot, let me know. These are fantastic. If you've never eaten these suckers, man, that is good. Olive oil, salt, pepper, perfect. So anyway, if you don't mind, share these videos, give us a like, subscribe down below, and we'll catch you on the next video. I'll keep you posted on what's going on with Ventrac. I'm Joe the Farmer. We out.